Hi, my name is Linda Eichmeyer. I'm a family nurse practitioner practicing emergency medicine. My story with immunizations are I basically bullied a dad to get a chickenpox vaccine for his 2-year-old daughter when chickenpox first came out. She developed shingles, went blind in her left eye at the age of 3, all because of immunizations. A year later, I had to take a flu shot because of mandatory vaccination for my job and developed Guillain-Barré and could not walk for a month and a half.
So
immunizations are so much bigger than just MMR and DTaP.
That's right.
And we need so much information on sorbitol, opening the blood-brain barrier. There's so much more to do with this topic.
Can we go back for a second? Because at the beginning of this, you said that you were a nurse practitioner.
Yes.
And that you bullied a parent.
I did.
So you had a parent that was in front of you with a child, and they did not want to get the chickenpox vaccine.
It was a new vaccine, and they didn't want to get it. Nothing had come out about MMR at that time. There was no controversy with immunizations at that time.
And you pushed them into getting it, and the child was injured.
Yes.
And that was, I'm
that
sure,
was in 99, 98.
And when was your awakening? When did you realize that that was a mistake, what you had done? And I'm not blaming you, by the way.
No, understood. No, I blame myself. Probably 2002 when I had a Guillain-Barré reaction myself.
So a year later, when you yourself were vaccine injured, you had an epiphany and you realized, oh my God, I've been wrong. There is danger in vaccines. I've been pushing these vaccines on these parents that did not want them for their babies. I was part of the problem, and now I'm the one that's got a problem. You know, I hate to say that. That's a terrible thing that's happened to you. But it's a good thing that's happened because it's opened your eyes. I mean, you understand now what we're up against. And what do you do now because of this? Have you become an advocate for nurses? Are you trying to educate other nurses about the dangers of vaccines, mandatory vaccines for nurses, and pushing vaccines on children, parents that don't want to get their children vaccinated?
Yes.
Tell me what you do.
I do emergency medicine. I got out of primary care so I didn't have to be part of the problem anymore, and now I get to educate about why are we immunizing, what are you doing, and when those children come in, I can actually make the VAERS report, because children come to the emergency department when they are vaccine injured. So now
you see them coming in with a vaccine injury?
Yes.
And would you say that it's rare? Tell the truth.
No.
It's not rare.
No.
How often? Once a week? A couple times a week?
Depends on the season. Depends on the season, but yeah, maybe once, twice a week.
So what about when school's getting ready to start up and then everybody goes out and gets their vaccines? More. You see more then? Mm-hmm. I see that's all, to me that's a sure indicator that there's a problem. If you know the kids are getting rounds of vaccines for school, and then suddenly they're showing up at the emergency room. And what are they telling them in the emergency room? Just
that it's febrile, it's a natural reaction to immunization, and they were made aware of it at the time of immunizations.
And I wonder how many parents they have their child has a seizure right after a vaccination. They go to the hospital and they're told, oh, this is a normal reaction, and then that child has epilepsy for the rest of their life, and they're having seizures for the rest of their life.
I don't know the outcomes on those, but it's possible.
It's possible. I mean, it's just heart-wrenching. I mean, it's 1 in 20 kids with under 5 have a seizure disorder now, and it's got to be vaccine related for sure.
And what I think needs to be done further from Dr. Wakefield is he was looking at gastrointestinal issues. There's also a huge exponential change in gluten sensitivity, and I'm interested. Can gluten sensitivity be a predictor of bad outcomes, or is it a reaction of immunization?
The chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Chicken or the egg. Well, I think that there's a much deeper rabbit hole we could go down there.
Definitely.
With the GMOs and the glyphosate, and I think that it's all kind of creating a perfect storm. You know, it's vaccines, it's the toxins in the air, the water, the food that we're eating, the flame retardant chemicals on our furniture. There's just so much that's out, and it's like a perfect storm of chemical and environmental assaults. Our kids are the canaries in the coal mine. They're the ones that are showing the damage first. Thank you for coming out to see Vaxxed. We really appreciate it. It's good to have people like you in the theater. Go out and there's some flyers. Get before they're gone. There's a couple of posters and some flyers. Take them with you. Make sure that you know everybody you can talk to knows about Vaxxed. It's going to be extended for an extra week, so it'll be here for an extra week now. So to get people to come out and see this movie, it's life-changing.
Awesome. Thank